What's up? This is T-Briz from Briz Beats and T-Briz Rock Instrumentals. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up an FL Studio project in a way that will help you record multiple freestyle takes and then use them as a lyric writing tool by taking all the best parts from each take and arranging it into a full verse. If you're confused by what I'm saying, trust me and stick around. This is a great lyric writing strategy and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll be getting a hand from my boy Connor, aka Steppa.
What's up?
I'm going to link his SoundCloud down in the description so that way you can check out some of his other tracks if you're interested. That's enough of that for the intro. Let's get into the tutorial. All right, so first thing I want to mention is that this video assumes you already have an audio interface and FL Studio producer version or above. That's the basics of what you'll need just to get your microphone audio into FL Studio. And if you don't have that stuff or you don't know what I'm talking about, you should probably just go watch another video on that. All right, next, before I even start putting the project together, I'm gonna do a little bit of organization. We're gonna start the folder for the project that we're about to work on. So you see I have this folder here. I named it How to Record Rap Freestyles in FL Studio. Inside of that folder, I've already placed a beat that we're going to be using today to freestyle over. So there's a reason I'm doing this. We got this brand new project started in here. This is a fresh new project. The first thing I want to do is go to options, project general settings. You see this data folder right here? It says none and it's set to auto. This means anytime you record audio, it's going to go into the FL Studio default folder for everything you record, which means if you do 10, 20, 30 songs and every single one of those songs does not have this set up, all of the audio from those projects are lumped into one single folder. Organization wise, it's not optimal. So I like to set this manually every project at the beginning of every project. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to navigate my way to that folder that we just created that I showed you. I found the folder. I'm also just going to quick Control C and copy this name. You'll see why, because when I hit OK, it says, do you want to save the project into this folder? Yes, I do want to save the project. Then this pops up and I could just hit Control V and I can name the project the same name as the folder. Quick shortcut, hit save. Okay, now everything that we record audio wise is going to go to this folder, which is great for organization. And I'll even show you that folder that we set up. You see now we got the project in there as well. Now we want to get the beat into the project. Before I even do that, I want to set the tempo. I like to do this first. So let's right click here. We'll do type in value. I know that the tempo for this track is 84, so I'll type in 84. Let's go to the playlist. You know, there's other ways to do a lot of the things I'm doing in this video, so keep in mind that nothing is usually the only way to do something. There's multiple ways to do it, but this is how we're going to do it. We're going to get the audio file over here in that project folder. Since we still got it open, we're going to click here. We're going to drag it out. Boom, now it's added to our project and it is in the playlist. I'm going to close the playlist, pop back to the channel rack so you can see that. There you go. It added the audio file for us now to a channel. It defaulted what we're looking at in the channel rack to audio. So I'm going to click audio. I'm going to change that to all. So now we're not just looking at the audio. We can hit play really quick. I'll put it in song mode since that's out in the pattern and we can make sure that it's playing for us. There you go, it's playing. All right, cool. Another couple things I want to do real quick is since the beat already has kick, clap, hat, snare, we're just going to click and drag over here, hit Alt Delete and delete these channels. And now I want this channel actually routed to a mixer insert. So I have it selected, it's highlighted green. Insert one, we're going to right click channel routing, route selected channels to this track. We only have that one track selected, that one channel selected. So there you go, it's routed. Now when I hit play again, if I hit spacebar, now you can see it's playing through our insert track. All right, so far we're organized and we got our beat in the project. One thing I'll point out about this beat, is a good time to mention this. Did you see how hot the level is on this? It's pretty loud. I know that this is a mastered version of a track. So you're gonna get all different types of beats. Sometimes you'll get some that are loud, sometimes you'll get some that are quiet. It's something we're gonna have to pay attention to when we're bringing the microphone in and we're leveling the vocals and everything. I mean, I could take some time right now, just right off the bat, to drop this down a little bit in volume because I already know that it's going to be too loud, at least for what we're working with. So bring that down a little bit for now. And we might wind up adjusting it again later once we're doing the vocal leveling. All right, we're all good with the beat. Now it's time to get some vocals on this track. This is what this video is all about, right? We need to get something to get our freestyles down. So let's go over here, insert number 2. I'm going to use, I know that we got Connor over here. He's on input number 2 on my audio interface. So I'm going to click in number 2 right here to set this up. You see it turn the track purple. It's getting a little bit of level because it's picking me up too. But Connor, go ahead and do a mic check on that mic and make sure we're going to level here.
Check 1, check 2.
All right, hell yeah, there you go. One thing I want to do right now is another organization related action. You see this record button down here? We're going to right click it. We just disarmed recording. So then we're going to right click it again to arm recording, but this time you see that we get a pop-up. This is where you can change the file name. So you see it's automatically going to name our file like this. I don't want that. I want this to be Connor Vox. So that way when I record and I come to this folder for audio, it's like organized nice and neat and things are labeled in an easier way for your eyes. So I'm gonna hit save. Now every time he does a take, it's gonna say Connor Vox _1, Connor Vox _2, Connor Vox _3, and that's gonna be automatic through FL Studio just by doing that rename. And then I'm also gonna rename this insert. Let's do Connor in. And before I show you this next step, I want to show you something that happens if we were to record right now. I'm going to be talking about a lot of shortcut keys in FL Studio throughout the rest of this video, so I'm going to take note right now. This button up here, this enables you to type on your keyboard, and it connects you to a piano keyboard. So you can play on your keyboard, and you would be playing like the piano. I actually want this turned off, so you see how I have it turned off? This would be on, now it's off. I have this off because now all my shortcut keys are in effect. So if I hit R, it arms for record. And before you record, right click the record button. We're going to uncheck everything except for audio because that's all we want to record. And now that I know there's other ways to record and I do it this way, I can tell you why I do it this way, but just from experience, I found this is the best way with the least bugs without spending another 4 minutes demonstrating the bugs I found with doing it the other way. So I'd say do it this way, but you know, to each their own. All right. So let me just do a quick take with Connor. By the way, I'm going to mention that he's got some headphones on so he can hear the beat. I recommend that you do this, that you don't play the beat through the speakers if your speakers and the guy freestyling are in the same room, because then you get bleed through. The speakers are going to bleed through the mic that he's freestyling in. So Connor's got a pair of headphones on right now. I'm going to play the beat and we're just going to record something really quick just so I can demonstrate what happens with the setup we got now.
Look at this beat that we're on. We ain't never gonna stop, we just on.
So I just recorded some vocals. You can see over here, here's Connor's Vox. That's what we just recorded, right? You can see it in a playlist. But the one problem I have with this setup as it is now, it hasn't routed this to anything for me. If I want it routed to a mixer insert, I'm gonna have to do it manually. So in order to solve that problem, I came up with this little solution. I'm sure some of you may have yourselves already, but I'm gonna unroute this input from the master. I'm gonna route it to the track next to it. We're gonna rename this to Connor Vox. So we got Connor in and then we got Connor Vox. And now you can see that the input insert goes directly to insert number 3 right next to it. And now let me show you the difference. I'm going to delete this, what we did right here. Let's record and see what happens when we do that. You ready, Connor?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Brizzy. It's Stepper.
Cool. So now you can see the difference, hopefully, that was automatically routed to mixer insert number 3 for us because of the way I set it up down here. And I don't have to route this every time. Now, on top of that, the other way I like to do this is because on his vocal track that I have on this insert, that's going to be recorded to and also routed automatically for playback. I'm going to throw a compressor on here. I'm going to throw a quick delay on here for effects. If I wanted to throw reverb on here, if I wanted to throw whatever I wanted to on here, it's going to give us the advantage of being able to hear those effects while we're recording without writing them to tape. And also when we play it back, those effects are going to be applied to what we're listening to on playback. It's good for your vocalists to hear their vocals compressed while they're rapping because that way everything's kind of smushed up and you can make it loud, capture that intensity and energy that happens when you compress a vocal track. And on top of that, you can throw the effects like the delay, the reverb, if you want to set a vibe, because that might help them with their performance. I'm not going to go into the compression settings or the delay settings, even though I am going to set them right now, because this video is more about the techniques of recording the freestyles than it is the mixing. So maybe I'll save that for another video. But I'm just quickly show you the settings I'm using, which are completely not dialed in and just for the sake of getting through this video in a good amount of time. So here's the compressor, and the delay we're actually not even going to use. Let's just turn that off for now. Let's keep it simple and get rid of that. Now would be a good time to sound check and to level check with the person who's doing the freestyling. So I would be talking to Connor right now and being like, yo, how do those levels sound in your headphones? So let's just do that really quick. I'm going to turn off record because you don't really need it. Let me hit play.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what happened? I forgot to mute the last take we did. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to mute that really quick. Connor, you hear that beat playing?
Yeah, level's good.
You like that? How does your vocal level sound?
Vocals are good.
Vocals are good. Everything's good?
Everything's perfect.
All right. Well, he made it pretty easy on me. I know I boosted his gain a little bit in the compressor, so the volume was a little bit louder, and I had already knew that the beat was going to be a little bit too loud, so we did that level before. It looks like I just magically dialed it in, but at this...
We just have that kind of connection, bro.
But at that point, you would lower the beat and raise the vocals based on what the performer was telling you they wanted to hear in their headphones. All right, so we're all good with that. All right, so everything's good. We're set up to start freestyling. We're going to get our boy Connor over here to start spitting some stuff for us, and let's get into that.
Yes, sir.
So those test takes that we did are still here in our playlist. Let's get rid of that. Let's turn this back on. Let's close that playlist out. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, too, so I can see the whole beat here. We can get rid of this take that we did because I don't need it right now. That was all just for testing. Let's delete that. I'm going to hit R to arm recording. Actually, I'll right-click and make sure we still have just audio checked off. Yes, we do. And we're about to record some takes, freestyle takes right now. Connor, you ready for the freestyle takes?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. I'm going to start recording. Here we go.
Cause you know I be see my name in lights. I be throwing all the chances like I'm playing a game of dice. I just wanna get the best take that I can write. I don't know if I'll be right, I just be spilling out my mind going insane.
All right, so we recorded one take so far. You go in the playlist and take a look at what we did. We got one take right here. Since we're gonna do another take, we don't want this playing in the background. So we're gonna mute that one. We're gonna pop back over here. We're gonna leave the setup exactly how it is. And then we're just going to go ahead and start recording another take. You ready, Connor?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. This is on take 2.
Time is of the essence, I don't wanna get the stressing. Cause you know I just learned it from the bestest lesson. Cause you know my higher power working in my life. On the hour, on the dime, I do this shit, I'm all the time. I'm on this rhyme and I don't wanna make this a bank. I don't know what you be thinking, but you know you can't just make.
All right, so now we got 2 takes down, right? We're about to mute that take that we just did again. And as you can see, because of the way we set it up in the beginning of the video, you can see the file names right here. We got ConnorVox_3, ConnorVox_4. That's how it looks in our folder, just to go pop over there and check it out. Here's all the vocal tracks that we've been recording. FL Studio's been renaming them with an underscore for us, so everything is nice and organized. We got both of our takes right here. They won't be playing back because we got them muted in the playlist, which is good because we're about to do another take. And we're just going to keep doing this process now. We're just going to do take after take after take after take until we feel like we got enough material to go ahead and start editing it and taking the best parts out and rearranging them. And we're going to get to the arrangement after this. But for now, we're going to lay down a few more takes and we're going to fast forward ahead in the video to get to the next part where we arrange those takes. But for now, Connor, you ready to just lay down some more takes?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Big booty bitches in my fucking lane. Yeah, they wanna grab my dick and I say, yo, you are insane. I just hop about the car and I know they will know my name. I be call myself the stepper cause you know I gotta spray. Look it go.
All right, so we got 6 takes. So this is the part where we're going to go through those takes and we're going to take out the parts that we want to keep and the parts that we want to cut out, and we're going to construct a verse from all of this stuff that we just recorded. I brought this up earlier in the video, but I'm going to bring it up again now. Before we start arrangement, come in here and make sure you have this checked off. I'm going to be using shortcut keys. I guess you don't have to have it checked off, but for me, I do, because when I hit B, I want my brush tool. When I hit C, I want my cut tool. All right, so I'm going to be using shortcuts on the keyboard as opposed to coming up here and selecting the brush and selecting the cut tool. And those are the tools we're going to be working with the most right now while we do this arrangement. On top of that, I'm also going to go to my magnet tool and I'll put it on none. This way, when I'm cutting vocals, it doesn't snap to these lines here on the bars and the beats and whatnot. I could just hit C to get my cut tool. And if I want to cut like right in the middle of something, like say right here, I can do that. It's not going to restrict me. It's not going to snap to anything. So at this point, we can start chopping the parts that we want out and building our verse on a new track. We can do track number 8. We can rename this and call this verse arrangement if we want. Depends on how you like to organize your projects, because we could also do something like group all of these takes underneath this verse arrangement, or we could just leave it the way it is now. I guess for the sake of this video right now, we're not going to get into grouping. We're just going to work within this one track right here. And also, you know what? Let's change the color just so it stands out a little bit for us. We'll just make it red. Or, wait, it's not red. It's chocolate? Hold on. All right, accept. Okay, we got that. We good. All right, so let's start digging into these verses. All right, so we've been listening back. And it's funny because as we were going through the process, Connor was like, nah, I don't like that. Let's redo it. And I was like, I had to remind him, we're just making a tutorial video and people aren't going to be judging your freestyles.
Man. Just artist critique.
Yeah, you know how it is. If you're a freestyler and you're listening, you're watching this, you're like, yeah, I know how it is. So these aren't perfect takes, but let's go with it. So right now we picked this out right here.
In his hair, looking like I'm Booker T.
And we stopped, but actually we found out that we like this whole one part. Well, I like it. So it's funny because the performer wants to redo it. But here's part, right? So here's part of the thing, is that at the end of this, we're going to have something where Connor could actually listen to this back, and then he could take that and he could change it and morph it into something even better. So this is the first stage in a metamorphosis, in an evolution of creating a verse, just by starting with spitting freestyles, coming up with ideas, and then the idea takes another shape until ultimately he comes up with something that's like where the performer wants it to be. So let's keep going with this.
In his hair, looking like I'm Booker T. Yeah, I'm looking to help someone like I'm fucking Mr. Meek. See?
All right. That was a really good take. So now we've been listening to this part of the beat, this one lyric track. I mean, like everything from here to here, up to here. And then we see that there's this gap right here, right? And we just want to close that gap. So that's another thing we could do and get creative here because we got the tools to do it. So we're going to cut this. We're going to cut this. And we're going to cut this. And let's hit B. Let's get rid of this. Let's slide that over. Since the magnet's not on, we could slide it wherever we want. And then let's just play it until we get it just right.
I wanna run a cable.
I think I gotta pull that out.
I wanna run a cable. I wanna run a cable. I wanna run a cable.
All right. So as you can see, it ain't perfect, but this is part of the idea process. So it's going to sound a little bit weird. It's going to sound a little bit choppy, but when you get these lyrics and you like the lyrics, you're going to take this and you're going to turn it into something better next time you perform it. So let's, I guess what we're going to do is try to smush these. We're going to take this whole part right here, and then we're going to try to put it right after this. And it's a little bit of a trial and error here too, because is this lyric going to work after this one? Let's find out.
One like I'm fucking Mr. Meek. See? I don't know if you'll be writing fictions. I'm off the...
We gotta move that over.
One like I'm fucking Mr. Meek. See? I don't know if you'll be writing fictions. I'm off the fables. I don't have a fake body in me, that's the label. I know that I can get myself off this fucking table. I'm jumping, flipping off, and I wanna run a cable.
All right, there you go. So we just pieced some shit together. And so we're going to find the next part of this that we want to put in here. It's going to be all good. We found a little spot right here that we like too. But for this one, it actually happens to be right on the marker. So we're going to take this. We're going to put it back to the beat. We got our cut tool out. We're going to hit B, get rid of that. We're going to play this out.
Plug it in, because you know I got to find my outlet to the fucking right of things. And I don't...
To the fucking right of things is where we want to end. But that's all right. Because we're going to hit C. We're going to cut this out. We're going to hit B, and we're going to drag this piece out that we want, and then we're going to try to connect it to where we left off on the other spot. So we know it starts right on this bar, but the ending is a little bit off because there's some extra words on there that we don't actually want. Let's find out where that is now by muting this. Let's come back to this track and...
Fucking right at things, and I...
All right, so I'm going to hold Alt, and I'm going to use this drag so I can drag without the magnet dragging me where I don't want to be, and there we go. I could just drag it in like that.
Fucking right at...
Oh, I don't want that. We want to say things.
Fucking right at things.
There you go. So we got a verse coming together. We need some more. So we're going to keep searching for the next piece that we want to pop in here. So just as a quick example, we want to show you one of the parts that we're cutting out. So he was literally freestyling off the top of his head. And sometimes your words come out a little bit weird or you don't like a phrase. So this is something that we're just like...
Don't give a fuck if you think I can't sing. You think I don't see what you're trying to do to me.
So we're just going to cut that right out. I'm going to go to C, or I could even just hit B and I could drag this back so we can know that we've already eliminated that spot, and then we can move forward and to keep listening until we find something else that we like.
Think I don't see what you're trying to do to me, I'll be gone.
All right. So I just got word, and I like that too. We're going to cut that up to bank. So what I'm going to do is grab this, and we're going to take this from here, and we're going to hit B. Let's just pull this down this way. Let's see how this sounds just by dropping it in where it is, and then we're going to adjust it.
Gotta find my outlet to the fucking right of things. Time is of the essence, I don't want to get...
So let's see if we can get this time of the essence right where it should be. Yeah, you see that? I kind of thought that. So if I pull this back, hold all, drag this back to where timer of the essence starts, which is right there. And then we move this over. We're actually snapped in by bars right now. And if I move it 1 bar, look at that. It just almost perfectly lines up with where we left off on the last one. Let's see how it sounds when we just move that one.
Outlet to the fucking right of things. Time is of the essence. I don't wanna get the stressing, cause you know I just learned it from the bestest lesson.
Alright, so let's find another part. We're just gonna try to go 16 bars. Alright, so we found this part that we like. We're gonna pull it down here. We're gonna mute this and we're gonna try to fit it in.
Baking dish of bake lights. I be
No, where's the other part where it's like, hear my name in lights?
baking dish of bake lights. I be
Hold up, I missed some of it, so I'm gonna pull this back.
Yeah,
see my name in lights.
that's, yeah, that might be good.
Know I
Either
be
way,
see my name in lights.
You know I be from there?
Yeah, because I bad.
I don't wanna make a dish of bake. Know I be see my.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Let's see if
I don't wanna make a dish of bake. I don't know I be see my name in lights. I be throwing.
Alright, so we just did a little bit of magic. There was like a gap there, and we just decided let's just pull that out because this other part starts here, and it actually sounds like it's good enough that for the freestyle we're putting together, it makes sense. Watch, check this out.
Bake a dish of bake. I don't know I be see my name in lights. I be throwing all the chances like I'm playing a game of dice.
You can tell the delivery is a little bit different. It changes, it's more intense, and then it switches up, but that's okay because it's part of what we're doing right now is
We're constructing the bars that we made.
right, and it's
and
not
putting
meant to
them
be
together.
perfect in the end, so this is all good. This is like a writing tool
Perfection
after
is
this.
not possible.
All right, so we taken a bunch of parts that we thought made a pretty cool verse. We put them all together down here. You can see the way we were doing it is we were actually pulling them out completely. So you can see the gaps of the stuff that we used from the other verses up here. At least some of them. It looks like I left this one here and whatnot. But I think you get the point is that this thing is kind of like a Frankenstein verse now. You know,
It's alive!
So at this point in the video, we're going to leave it at that. There'll be a link in the description where you can listen to this track outside of this video. If you haven't done it yet, I ask you to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. All that stuff really helps me grow, and I love hearing the feedback down in the comment section. To end the video, we are going to play this whole freestyle from beginning to end, this amalgamation of freestyle takes that we put together. We appreciate it if you made it this far to the end of the video. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed what we did today. And I think that's it for today. Guys, have a great day. Peace out.
Peace.
Me in his hair, looking like I'm Booker T. Yeah, I'm looking to help someone like I'm fucking Mr. Meek. See, I don't know if you'll be writing fictions. I'm off the fables. I don't have a fake body in me, that's the label. I know that I can get myself off this fucking table. I'm jumping, flipping off, and I wanna run a cable. Plug it in, cause you know I gotta find my outlet to the fucking right of things. Time is of the essence, I don't wanna get the stressing, cause you know I just learned it from the bestest lesson. Cause you know my higher power working in my life. On the hour, on the dime, I do this shit, I'm all the time, I'm on this rhyme, and I don't wanna make a dish of bank. I don't know I be, see my name in lights. I be throwing all the chances like I'm playing a game of dice. I just wanna get the best take that I can write. I don't know if I've been right, I just be spilling out my mind, going insane.